Oh, hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Puglo Escobar, and in today's video we are over here at the Maze Bank offices because we are going to purchase ourselves another vehicle, so let's go and head on inside. Okay, here we are inside the Maze Bank offices, and now before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, I must warn you, don't speak to my secretary. She recently saved a wildlife refuge for endangered animals and turned it into a restaurant. Lovely pound of curry, by the way, thank you, my darling. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, like I say, we are here today at the Maze Bank offices, don't you know, to purchase ourselves a vehicle. And the vehicle that we intend to purchase ourselves, I simply cannot pronounce, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Bravado Verlierer, something or other, ladies and gentlemen, can be found on the legendary motorsport website. As you can see there, we're going to scroll all the way down because it's not a recent release, ladies and gentlemen. It was released some good time ago. We put it down the top speed test track just out of curiosity, and we got rather impressed. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the Bravado I'm going to go for Verlierer, ladies and gentlemen. I know that's not what it's called, but that's what I'm going to go for. Right, okay, so the Bravado Verlierer, ladies and gentlemen, about $700,000 there, so under the $1 million mark, ladies and gentlemen, significantly, $695,000. We're going to send it all up to the Hillcrest residence, ladies and gentlemen, and on this occasion, we'll be getting there in the Bravado Bouncy 900R, a very fine car with just a couple of problems, you know. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, well worth the money and well worth the upgrade, you know. Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the Hillcrest residence, as you can see here. It's a very fine car. Is it worth buying the Banshee, ladies and gentlemen, the 900R? Yes, it certainly is. Get yourself a standard Banshee and upgrade to the Bennis. Okay, well, we're going on in, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a look at this Verlierer, or whatever the hell it's called, ladies and gentlemen. I really can't pronounce that, the name it's supposed to be, but what do we think of it? Well, it's a monstrous looking thing, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? It's sort of got harks back to like the 1920s, sort of 30s sort of style car there, maybe. So a bit of more modern version. Great big gopping nose on it, ladies and gentlemen. All the car sat on the back wheels there. It is rather interesting, you know. I mean, it sort of looks more brutish than a Viking with a chainsaw, doesn't it, you know? But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Bravado, so we're going to take it out onto the street, ladies and gentlemen, and see how she handles. Okay, acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, it's about as average as a wet weekend in Wales with your wife, you know, and I've gone and hit a car straight away to start with. So not particularly fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. In terms of handling, ladies and gentlemen, oops, right, okay, right, yes, okay, so it is a Bravado, ladies and gentlemen, so it's sort of stiffer to steer than a sumo wrestler on a skateboard, you know, it really is that's difficult, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll have a look at the top end speeds as we come down these hills, and we are getting some air, ladies and gentlemen, okay, right, okay, some considerable air there, really. So, okay, top speed not too bad, so quicker than a hand job from a Brazilian hooker, you know. And we'll have a look at the acceleration. We're sort of going across the grass there, ladies and gentlemen, so we can't really judge it, but we'll break out onto the road here and maybe we'll get a stability test, and if not, here we go, stability test. Not good at all, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, that's bloody awful, that's shocking. You can see that's the problem with this car, ladies and gentlemen. It's very long, all the power comes from the rear wheels, I'm presuming. It's sort of, yes, it doesn't want to slide all over. Quite happy as soon as you start turning, ladies and gentlemen, for the back end to come round on you there. Okay, but here we go, we are moving. What do we say? This is going to be going quite fast, doesn't it, ladies and gentlemen? There's no slouch, one can say that for it, you know, certainly no slouch. Okay, and handling, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely really awful. I mean, you're even sort of braking heavily there, ladies and gentlemen. You are fighting to get it round the corner. Okay, so there we go, that is the unupgraded version, ladies and gentlemen, as they say, out of the box, you know. And so we're going to take it on into the custom auto shop now. We're going to go ahead and perform the necessary upgrades to this vehicle, and we're going to take it back onto the street. Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen, as doubtlessly you can see, we have now come inside the custom auto shop, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going through this section of the video at double speed, just in order to hurry things along somewhat, but still provide you, the viewer, with the opportunity to have a look at the different modifications in terms of aesthetic stylings that can be applied to this vehicle, should you then choose to go ahead and purchase it, you know. And in the interest of brevity, ladies and gentlemen, we have gone and cut out the more performance-related modifications in terms of transmission, suspension, turbo, engine tuning, that kind of thing. Okay, so what can one say about the Bravado Verlierer, or whatever the hell it's called, ladies and gentlemen? Straight out of the box, you know, interesting vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's quick. That's the thing that it's got going for it. You know, the thing that's really holding it back is its handling, ladies and gentlemen. It's the handling is what you probably expect from a Bravado. You know, it's stiff, it's heavy. The back end is wayward as hell. You know, far too sort of you know long, too much power coming from the back there, and it's an absolute nightmare in many regards, ladies and gentlemen. And the acceleration itself is perhaps not what one would hope for from sort of you know such a pedigree. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. You know, it's rather interesting to look at. I'm sure you'll agree. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. We've now finished in the custom auto shop, and we're going to take it out into the street and see how she handles. Okay, that acceleration one more time. I mean, it's you know, what can I say? It's less exciting than a spinster speech on sobriety, ladies and gentlemen. The handling, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, let's have a look at the top speed. Actually, if we're trying to come down there, the top speed, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it sort of moves faster than a cheetah with the trots. You know, it is sort of going, ladies and gentlemen. There's no question about that. But it is unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, the handling, and it's sort of harder to handle than a hyped up hooligan on hallucinogens, in my opinion. Okay, but the top end speed, ladies and gentlemen, really is appreciable. You know, I mean, like I say, I mean, it is quick, ladies and gentlemen. It's flying down there, as you can see. That really is rather interesting. Okay, so we're gonna try and put it around the corner. There we go. There you go. So if you get the sort of hang for it, ladies and gentlemen, it's not too bad, you know. But you are gonna have to expect that back end to kit out on you. Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We have completed the initial standard lap, and of course, we, as always, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to now send it on up to the top speed test track. Okay, so here we are, and it is a rather interesting looking vehicle, you know, I'm sure you'll agree. I mean, it sort of looks more unbalanced than a psychopath with an axe now, doesn't it? Okay, so we're going to send it on down the top speed test track, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bravado Verlierer, is what I decided. I've got no idea. Just to give you an indication, what we consider to be a competitive time, ladies and gentlemen, is 53-54 seconds. That's what this Pegasus Zentorno can do, and that's what we consider to be a bench, well, a sort of average time. So let's have a look at a competitive time and see what the Verlierer can do. Waiting. Oh, right, okay, 55.1. Right, that really is very close to competitive, ladies and gentlemen. That's so close to the outside edge of competitive. We're going to have to give it another go, I think, and see if it can just do anything better without any wiggling. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. What can the Bravado Verlierer do? And like I say, 53-54 is competitive, and there we go, 54.554, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, what can one say? You know, this is actually potentially shaping up to be a competitive vehicle if we can just get it around the soaring corners. Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Now this is the Benefactor Serrano. It's twice as the price, ladies and gentlemen, of the Verlierer. It's about $1.3 million, don't you know, for the Benefactor Serrano GT, ladies and gentlemen. They do look sort of similar cars. They've got very long hoods there, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the sort of main car set over the back wheel there, and it's got much better handling, it would appear, the Verlierer, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, the Serrano's got significantly more power, ladies and gentlemen, and it's got absolutely monstrous. So yes, for twice the price, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you're buying. The Benefactor Serrano does take down the Verlierer. Perhaps this come as no surprise. Okay, so the next vehicle we're bringing out, ladies and gentlemen, is this is the 900R that we drove up there in the Banshee, Bravado Banshee 900R, about $105,000 for a standard Banshee. It's about $565,000, ladies and gentlemen, for the upgrade, don't you know? So it's bringing in the same sort of ballpark, the same sort of price range, ladies and gentlemen, as the Verlierer. But as you can see, there is a world of difference there. Now, the Verlierer does have better handling for what it's worth, but yes, the Bravado Banshee 900R, ladies and gentlemen, has got significantly more power, and it's just going to disappear into the distance. So they're about the same sort of price range, ladies and gentlemen, and the 900R making absolute mincemeat of the Verlierer. And there we go. Perhaps that does come as well, perhaps somewhat more of a surprise. Okay, so the next vehicle we're bringing out, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the Fister Growler, don't you know? I believe this has got two prices. The trade price of the buy it now price, I believe it's 1.2 or 1.6, something along those lines. We are sort of swapping paint down there. Like I say, effectively, ladies and gentlemen, this is upwards of a $1 million car now. Like I say, 1.2 or 1.6 going up against a $700,000 Verlierer, ladies and gentlemen. They were swapping paint, and I even fall off down there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, like I say, we do these tests time and time again, but we thought we'd keep this one explain, because even with falling off the track there, ladies and gentlemen, yes, there's no question the Verlierer is going to absolutely destroy the Growler, and that really is rather interesting. Okay, so it's not all bad then, perhaps, not all bad. So the next vehicle we're going to bring out, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Anis Elegy Retro. I'm not entirely certain of the price range on it. I believe it's free, and then the upgrade's about $900,000, I do believe, it's something like that. So it's about $1 million again, ladies and gentlemen, going up against 700,000, and the Anis Elegy Retro has fantastic acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, getting it up to the top of that track there, way ahead of us. But as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we have sort of got caught it in the corner, and we're trying to fight back for it. But no, it does appear that the Anis Elegy Retro has got the power, ladies and gentlemen, all the way down until the very last dog leg. And how about that? So the Verlierer can actually take down the Anis Elegy Retro, ladies and gentlemen. That's well, at least that's going for it. You know, that's not too bad. Okay, so we're now going to bring out a sports car, a supercar, ladies and gentlemen. This is a low-end Garotti, ladies and gentlemen, $500,000, I do believe, for the Turismo R. Like I say, it is a supercar, ladies and gentlemen. It is the bottom-end Garotti, don't you know? And yes, okay, so that's what you get, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it can sort of, you know, it was sort of, it didn't stand a chance, let's be honest. It didn't even get to the top corner ahead of it there. And then the Turismo R's got around and got ahead in front of it, and it's going to take it right down to the line. So yes, can't stand up against the real supercar, ladies and gentlemen. That's basically the bottom line. And again, perhaps one shouldn't be too surprised. Having said that, this does cost more money. You know, the Verlierer is more expensive than the Turismo R. Okay, well, the next car we bring out, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Anis Euros. I believe it's about $1.3 million for this particular vehicle. You know, Mr. Raccoon doesn't rate it. I myself haven't had an opportunity to test it yet. But as you can see, we can pull the front there, ladies and gentlemen. It's sort of, since it's $1.3 million, you wouldn't necessarily expect that. I'm also going to take this opportunity to point out that all of the other vehicles are being driven by Mr. Raccoon. You know, his name is the Bromby. He has a channel of his own. It is called the Bromby. If you type that into YouTube, be sure to go and find him. Mind you, he's got some rather good videos on there. Okay, so crossing the line neck and neck, pretty much, ladies and gentlemen. The Verlierer may have been a nose ahead, but only just. Okay, and we're going to start wrapping things up now, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we refer to as a serious contender, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Benefactor Serrano, retailing for $110,000, ladies and gentlemen. And it is a very fine car for the money. You know, there are all sorts of more expensive cars, and I'm talking in the millions of dollars, ladies and gentlemen. Not just million, but millions of dollars that the Serrano can take down. It would turn out, ladies and gentlemen, that the Bravado Verlierer is not one of them. Okay, so the Benefactor Serrano is not bulletproof, ladies and gentlemen, but a car that damn well isn't here bulletproof, ladies and gentlemen, is Big Daddy Z. This is the Bugatti Zentorno, ladies and gentlemen, retailing for $725,000, and then, in our opinion on this channel, one of the finest cars on GTA Online for the money. Now, it's not a competitive car anymore, you understand, ladies and gentlemen. Many cars will take the Zentorno down, but for the money you're paying for it, ladies and gentlemen, god damn it, the Zentorno is absolutely fantastic. You know, you just gotta have one. Okay, and as you can see, there we go, $725,000 up against $695,000 if we're being accurate, and yes, there's a world of difference there. There we go, so Zentorno destroys it, and of course that means there's only one more question, ladies and gentlemen, and that question is the Garotti Itali RSX, and of course the answer is going to be there's not a sodding chance that the Verlierer can beat it, ladies and gentlemen. So off it goes into the distance, and there we are. And yes, the Garotti Itali RSX, ladies and gentlemen, like I say, what we uphold on this channel to be one of the finest, if not the finest car on GTA Online. As far as we're concerned, not much can consistently take it down, you know. And yes, it's gonna absolutely destroy the Verlierer. Okay, so what can one say, you know, about this particular vehicle? You know, in terms of looks, it looks meaner than an angry attack dog with an AK-47 now, doesn't it? In terms of acceleration, it's more underwhelming than a violin concerto composed by chimpanzees. And top speed, ladies and gentlemen, that's about the only thing it's got going for. It's faster than a Frenchman on a first date, you know. It's the handling, ladies and gentlemen. That's the major bugbear with this car. I mean, the back end is more unstable than a middle-aged man with a mohawk, you know. That's what's going to let it down. Anyway, is it worth the money? I don't think so. Mr. Raccoon says that it is. Okay, well, I do hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching.